Hi everyone, my name is Berabose, Aline Joyce, and I'm part of the team, the founder of this Healing and Wellness Center. So welcome to The Circle. The Circle, as I've just mentioned, is a mental health healing and wellness place located here in Kigali. What we do is that we provide mental health services like connecting our members and Rwandans to professional therapists, and we create and curate safe spaces for different groups such as men, women, youth, mothers, name it. And we also have a vision and a mission to advocate for mental health status in Rwanda and promote positive, healthy living in our country. The reason why I started the circle is that as a young person, I've been seeing a lot of rising numbers in terms of mental health in our community. This can often look like the rising numbers in alcohol consumption, depression rates and suicide ideation among particularly the youth. But also, let's not forget that due to our history and culture, our communities have always suffered from collective post-traumatic disorders and other issues that I continue to isolate ourselves and contribute to the level of sadness and hope and ambition we have in the future. So my contribution is in this: how can we slowly start breaking the stigma around mental health? So how we started in the beginning, the journey has been, I started creating content on social media to start talking about mental health, asking different people how they feel, if they have ever struggled with depression, if they have ever felt like they're alone, or if there is a wrangling issue that they have never really communicated with their partner, with their friends. So I started to engage different Rwandans using my social media platforms, but also talking to friends how they felt. And I started to realize that due to our conservative culture and the fact that as Rwandans, we don't really like to share emotions about what is happening, that there was so much that people were going through, yet we often lacked spaces to share openly what is actually going on. And for those people who know what mental health is, it's not a very big, it sounds like a big word, but it's a very small thing. So all of these issues that people were not talking about were manifesting as other issues that we currently see in the society. So we started like that. We built a community of now over 1,000 different young people. And we have 30% of our members who are adults. Some of our members are married. Some of our members are now men and women. And the community has grown from that.
My name is Kiza, and it's not my first time at the circle because it's a place that I like to visit and attend to meetings because the first time I came here, I really appreciate the ambience, and we do a lot of exercise about mental health and everything around self-awareness. And it's such a pleasure for me to come here more often and then challenge myself with collective activities.
My name is Samira Isimbi, and I am the mental health and wellness lead here at the Circle. So you asked me why the Circle. I would say that we're trying to build a community around mental health. We're trying to find after the therapeutic intervention, where do people go? How do they now form relationships or network or support groups with each other when they are trying to heal on this healing journey, if I can say? So the Circle is a place of healing, but also support group and network, and where people find friendships, but also find peers to support them in the healing journey. So honestly, as a mental health professional myself, there's nothing better than having therapy intervention that is paired by a community of people that are trying to heal, and they have one goal that they are trying to achieve together.
My name is Harriet Mudani Mboro. So I'm gonna talk about what the circle means to me. The circle means to me, yeah, and it means safe space. Like, I feel safe when I'm in the circle. I might not have said it before, but I told her. I actually I came in like 1 hour, 30 minutes earlier, and I just slept here. And then she was telling me, "You look so comfortable." And I was like, this is how you know I feel at home. So I feel at home at the circle. I'm from Kenya, and my friends are in Kenya. My family is in Kenya, and Rwanda became very lonely after 5 months. And there was that feeling that there's something missing. So I would find myself with thoughts and patterns that I don't like, until I saw Bose on TikTok. So the circle became a space for me to heal that emptiness that I used to feel, a place for me to express myself as well, talk to people, make friends, have fun without consuming anything. As you guys know, the Happiness Day, we just come here, people dance, and if anybody was told that these people have not consumed anything to be this happy, it's not believable, especially if you've been consuming before. So for me, the circle has been a healing space. And you guys, I know you might not know this, but you're my best friends.
So we opened the center last year in October and onboarded about 15 different healthcare professionals who are majority Rwandans. And but also we work with other foreigners to provide mental health services. The current support groups or safe spaces that we host here at the Circle are, we have every Thursday a community gathering that anyone can join, that we also have here today. And this is a safe space for people to talk about any issue. As we like to say in Kinyarwanda, uburyo bwo gusana umutima. And it's been growing and it's open to everyone who would like to join us. But on top of that, we have a sober-friendly space for anyone who's struggling with alcohol abuse and substance addiction or any form of addiction. And it's always a free and judgment space where you can openly work towards life of independent from that kind of toxic life. We have men, women, mothers, and many other circles that happen. We even try to connect deeper connection among Rwandans, and even have a cultural night where Rwandans can come together, celebrate. We tell ibisakuzo, we tell stories of how we grew up, and we are genuinely interested in rebuilding a country that is one Rwandan identity, but also that is honest and friendly to each other. So when it comes to the question of who can be part of the circle, is anyone. As long as you're able to join us, we are located in Kachiru. Please come any day, anytime. Find our details, call us, and see how you can be part of this growing community. One of the challenges that we currently have in general, both from a mental health perspective, is the stigma and myth surrounding mental health. Because of our culture, and this is not individual fault, is a lot of mental health issues, we have not begun to understand them. They're still used in our culture as some demonic issues or curse or anything like that. And this prevents people from actually seeking professional help. This also prevents people not knowing information on where they can actually ask for help. Number two challenge is also that because we are a developing country, mental health services, especially in the private sector, is still very high for most people to afford, which is why we've been using community-based approach to see how, as Rwandans, we can come together to solve these issues together. There's so many other issues beyond that, including how can we localize mental health and make it our own rather than just simply relying on Western forms of therapy. All of these issues, what we guarantee is working them together through brainstorming, as we have always done as Rwandans. what I ask each and everyone is that we're a very collaborative team, and we always look for working with government institutions, private sector, NGOs, organization, and groups that actually are passionate at the same to change the mental health status in Rwanda. So if you're someone looking to have a collaborative partner for us to do research and learn together, you're very welcome to join us, and let's change mental health and wellness industry in Rwanda. Mental health is very vast and big in general, and the issues around mental health is actually also reflected not just in alcohol abuse, but also the rising number of gender-based violence. And women tend to be the biggest victims in when it comes to gender-based violence. So we have actually one of the support groups is for women who meet who have survivors or current victims of gender-based violence or domestic violence. And that is something that we're very passionate about as a center run by women and majority women-led, to really change the course and break the stigma surrounding women's health issues and status quo issues. But in doing so as well, we've been doing family therapies by tackling different ways to solve conflict resolution and bringing different families to talk about their issues before it leads to any violent behaviors. It is also the reason why we have men's safe spaces, and in fact, men's safe space that gathers bi-weekly is intentionally to provide men to find different ways to express their emotions without physical abuse. 100%. As I mentioned, I think as Rwandans in general, opening up, let alone speaking in public with the people who are present there, is something very, very challenging. And in general, even when we talk about mental health, social anxieties and speaking in public is one of the things that actually creates anxiety in everyone to talk about things like that. And we face those issues here at the Circle. What we are working is building more stronger friendship between people so they can start feeling comfortable. But we also have what we call an anonymous basket, agasete. And agasete for us is a way for our members to drop in issues that they're going through or a scenario anonymously into the basket, and we can discuss it during the community and group support meetings. That allows people not necessarily to speak out when everybody is there, so we can speak for you. Berabose is a people's person. I'm a patriotic. I love Rwanda. I love Rwandan people more than anything. But I also am a spiritual person as well. I believe in the well-being of people because I think matters of the heart and matters of the body as well is important to live a successful and prosperous life. I'm also a very passionate advocate for women's health in general, and very passionate about women's rights because, and the reason is beyond the fact that I'm a woman, is also because women have been systematically for a very long time had to hold a lot of burden issues of the society. When we talk about the toxic environment, women are always at the first line of the ones who have to take the abuse, the assault, the harassment, and we have normalized it in the way that we don't think about how it affects women's well-being in general. So I'm a very passionate person around that. I'm a strong, passionate feminist. Above all of that is that at the deep core of Berabose is honestly someone who is allergic to injustice. I think a lot of what I do is at the core of like, how can we create an environment and a society that respects everybody, provides equal opportunity, access, and well-being in general. In the world that we are in now, even with the development and rates that is happening both in Rwanda and Africa at large, without actually fighting against injustices, we risk that proportionally people who have access to well-being, to have people who have access to mental health, people who deserve freedom and peace are always the ones who are most privileged, meaning people who have money, who are rich, who live in the city and all of that. And we have to be very intentional in creating much more inclusive approach to development and civilization. So I think that's what motivates me, and hopefully that defines the kind of a person that I am. Wow. Okay. I think people who inspire me every day, my mother is definitely at the core of a lot of my motivation and passion and the why behind of a lot of work that I do. But I would say that women, particularly women rights advocates, inspire me every single day. Our persistence, relentless work to continuously fight for equality. A lot of things we talk about when you say a word equity or equality, it sounds dreamy, hard to achieve. But yet every single day I work with people and human rights advocates who strongly want to achieve this utopic idea of equality. So that is like my biggest motivation. And every time I ask myself, this is too hard. This is because the challenges will always be there. If it's finances, if it's communication or team, everyone who has started an initiative will tell you that. But my biggest motivation is that community of people that I meet, people who are doing much more hard work more than me, people who are fighting for equality of people with disability. And I'm like, that's a huge fight there. So what am I to say that I can stop?